Today I'm going to review Strict Time Records Must Be Kept by Kelvin Green, published by Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So, on the inside cover, we have a chart where you mark off how many turns have passed, and certain events will happen right there. So, to set up this adventure, first of all, it gives you a measure of how much certain things take to do in time to help you mark off time. So this adventure starts off with a friend of the characters poisoning them. And you've got to hunt for the antidote. But you're not alone. You're wandering around the house of the doctor who poisoned you, but you're not alone. There's these NPCs who are following you around. They're spectators to watch you, and they take bets on who will survive. And there's servants. Some of them are crazed. And there's these interesting mannequins you might mistake for a person. So here's our host, the doctor who poisons you. And here's the only picture there is of the outside of his house. Now, after this adventure, my players ended up making his house their lair, but they didn't really explore the outside that much. They missed a lot of stuff. It's got multiple levels on it, and here's a map of the attic with a key to what's in there. My problem with the maps is they are referee maps. There's no player maps, so secret doors are clearly marked on the map. I mostly play online, and when I play online, it's very handy to take the map and put it there, and using dynamic lighting, draw walls, and make it so they're limited to just seeing the room they're in of the actual map. But with this, I couldn't do that. I had to put the map on the GM layer, but there are detail maps a part of it, and description about what's on that page. One thing that's not clear here, this is the top of the stairs, and this gray is an open area looking down on the floor below. Yeah, so here's a map of part of the floor and details about what's on that floor. And there's lots of traps and stuff. This is a really good module for specialists, thieves, rogues. There's all kinds of interesting traps for them to detect and disarm. And in some of the traps, but not all of them, there are antidotes. One dose. Okay, here's the floor below. Let's see, a dotted line represents the area that is open to above. So, part of a floor, and what's on here? Some interesting things in this. There's a picture. Okay, and there's a lower level which has connections to all kinds of things that are not on the house map. Here's another part of the lower level, and some more of it. And an interesting artifact you find in one of the levels. And then there's some pictures. If you take the PDF, you could print these out and cut them out and use them. This is an interesting door with dials on it. Here's one of the paintings that's in this house. There's a puzzle box. Here's a door that's in the cave part. Here's some dials that you could cut out. And here's the door that you would attach them to. Here's a partially torn up map of arrows. And there's a appendix of all the different NPCs and an afterword here. But not just a design on the back cover. So this is a really good module for specialists and thieves, rogues. It could easily have been run as an all specialist module. And the players who were not playing specialists, one of them didn't like it so much. Kelvin Green modules have always been favorites, but this one was not as well favored by the non-specialists in my party. If you like me giving these reviews, why don't you contribute to my Patreon? Because if I had contributors to my Patreon, maybe I could afford to do nothing but these reviews.